Just have to make sure that Bulby doesn't get any buckets off those stray hits. And here is game 1, folks, with Bulby versus RAMBOSS. A very, very good Dark Samus main, as well as Ganondorf, from what I've seen. Oh, but I almost forgot about like a bucket can now reflect for Game & Watch, so it's a very good way to send projectiles right back if they're not energy based. Oh, but it looks like so far Bulby is just in the lead with the damage there. I was expecting maybe a missile, but looks like RAMBOSS was... Oh! Probably not sure if that was the right move there for Bulby, but obviously it wasn't too much of a terrible punish for him. Looks like RAMBOSS is trying to get back on stage to try and lay on some pressure. Oh, but a bucket catch for Bulby. It looks like RAMBOSS has to be very careful here, but back air just seals the deal on that first stock. Looks like Bulby's just trying to find a way to get himself out of that situation, but oh, it looks like his bucket is actually full now from what I can tell. So a shield break is very easy to happen here right now. If RAMBOSS is not careful, RAMBOSS is trying to find a way to get a kill, and Fair takes it. And they're sending things back to neutral. And RAMBOSS just trying to get on as much damage as he can, not allowing Bulby a safe landing as best he can. Oh, a bit of nice damage there, but wasn't enough to kill, unfortunately, for Bulby. But looks like RAMBOSS has been very careful how he uses projectile around Game & Watch, because he can affect both and absorb them. Pin on the projectile. Oh, and the good old down smash to forward smash will take that stock to all the way to the bank. Looks like Bulby's just being very well aware of which projectiles are going to be coming out, so he's preparing that bucket well in advance. RAMBOSS is trying to find a way to keep him off stage. Oh, okay. Not quite, but seeing if he would perhaps send off a projectile his way, but looks like RAMBOSS knew that he might try and bucket it. And Bulby just trying to make sure that RAMBOSS doesn't get any sort of attempt at a kill here. Oh, but up B, no, it's not going to quite do it. Oh, excuse me, folks. And good old Nair to try and do a little bit more damage. And down smash, couldn't quite catch RAMBOSS there. RAMBOSS, oh, very nice shield pressure there. And back air taking the hit. So both players are trying to get in each other's faces here. Both projectile users, oh, sending RAMBOSS in a very disadvantaged position right now. Oh, but Bulby just trying to see if he can keep him off there, but not quite. He's making RAMBOSS fear the bucket right now. He's just not letting him have any control over the projectiles right now. He's making sure to respect that bucket at all costs. But if he's able to bait it though, he might be able to make use of it. But oh, a very nasty reflect if I saw that correctly. Obviously, RAMBOSS is trying to see if he can bait into using the buckets, trying to tense, but up B just catches him off guard. And looks like the Bulby's was trying to see if he can keep him off, and that worked well in his favor. Game 1 goes to Bulby here. Fair takes it. I'll be interested to see where Game 2 leads us now. Which will take us to Smashville. Oh, looks like RAMBOSS is going to be pulling out Lucina for this one. Obviously not very confident Dark Samus. Clearly with Game & Watch's bucket, he just obviously had to respect it a lot last game. So maybe without projectiles, maybe had a bit of an easier time now that he's got a sword in hand. So here we are, Game 2, folks, with Bulby and RAMBOSS here, who's now playing Lucina. But so far, it's looking like RAMBOSS is a little bit keeping this under control. But who's to say that Bulby doesn't know a way to get around that? Both sitting at around a comfortable mid%, but already at 90% there. And it looks like down smash just fortunately whiffed there. Couldn't quite catch RAMBOSS there. And once again, up B to try and get himself out of that nasty situation. Nair just to keep him off to see if that could lead to a up air, but no, Fair does that one quite nicely. So Bulby, even when on the platform, he just uses up B to try and get anyone off of him. Just not having anyone get in this grill. Always frying pan for that matter. It looks like RAMBOSS is trying to keep him off stage, but unfortunately just not quite able to at the moment. Oh, a very beefy forward smash there, but unfortunately I just whiffed. Oh, very nice tech in place. Bulby clearly wasn't expecting that. Oh, a very nice down air, but unfortunately couldn't really get anything off of that. But up air just takes that first stock. RAMBOSS sitting uncomfortably at 89%. He has to be very careful here. And full tilt, putting him in a very disadvantaged position. Oh, and once again, Fair was just doing a lot of damage here and just keeping him off. Oh, a bit of a clash there we got. Oh, but that B once again just keeping Bulby in a very safe position, just not allowing RAMBOSS just to get in easily to do more damage. RAMBOSS has also been very careful here to not get damaged himself. Probably watching out for a back air there, but managed just to get himself back. Oh, but I didn't think that down air would catch on the platform there. Jeez. Not quite sure if he maybe jumped or something like that, but oh, that was a very dangerous situation there for Bulby. He had to commit to an option there. Oh, but down smash into forward smash. Just sealing the deal and major damage there. Bulby trying to get back. Looks like RAMBOSS is just trying his darndest just to get any percentage lead on the man, but or even stock for that matter, but oh, unfortunately up there, missed tech. RAMBOSS couldn't quite make it. Bulby takes game 2. And Bulby takes this, loses finals will be in his reach. RAMBOSS is trying to think of what stage to go to next. Looks like we're going to Pokemon Stadium, folks. And looks like he's taking it back to Dark Samus, clearly thinking that Lucina wasn't going to work out here. He's probably just feels a lot more comfortable here with Dark Samus. Despite the fact that, you know, Bulby committed to a lot of reflects with bucket, as well as catching any projectile shots. Or energy shots rather, should I say. Looks like RAMBOSS was trying to narrow him out with both missiles and Zers, but looks like Bulby is still trying to just make things look so easy and giving RAMBOSS a very hard time to get anything in. Oh. Bucket, but that was a nice bait, which led to a nice grab there. RAMBOSS there. Oh, very nice catch on up there. Bulby just trying to make a steady recovery. Oh, but that was a very, very clean ledge trap there for RAMBOSS. Very good edge guard. So RAMBOSS is looking a bit more confident so far on this. Just trying to weave around Bulby's tricky maneuvers, and oh, that's a full bucket right there, so oh, RAMBOSS has to be very careful now. A shield break or even a kill could happen here quite easily. But Bulby obviously has to use the bucket. It can't reflect any projectiles when the bucket's full. So he has to be much more respectful for projectiles, but the bucket doesn't even care. It looks like we're in a very nasty position for RAMBOSS here. Just a one stock. The Bulby takes it. Losers finals will be in Bulby's reach. Oh, but up B wasn't able to seal the deal there. RAMBOSS is trying his best to try and see if he can get any aerial to land. And multi-jabs into back air. For Bulby, he's just trying. Oh, not quite though. RAMBOSS managed to make it back. While using up B, not only to recover, but to kill. Trying to weave around all those up airs there. And looks like Bulby's trying to see if he can bait him into rolling on stage, but it looks like RAMBOSS was making sure that will not happen again. Ooh, looks like fair send him flying to that direction. Jam into up B. Bulby is just making all sorts of things work with up B, you know. He's obviously using bucket to try and keep all those projectiles off him. Maybe even see if he can get an energy shot if possible, but looks like RAMBOSS is just trying to see if he can bait any sort of bad option out of a Bulby, but looks like Bulby's obviously trying to see if he can get any sort of kill here. Oh, but unfortunately taking a bit of damage there. I'm pretty sure almost anything can kill RAMBOSS at this minute, unless he's very careful with a nice clean back air to seal the deal on that. Looks like we're going on to game. Yeah, game 4 now. I was going to say game 3, but I didn't go right. That was game 3. RAMBOSS potentially making a comeback here. Things were looking rough the first few games, but despite looking like he was on death's door, that's the last round, he managed to make it back. That's why we're going to balloon fight. Battlefield version, obviously. What's RAMBOSS going to go for? Is he going to be going for Dark Samus again? Or are we going for another mix-up there? No, because he's sticking to his guns here. He's obviously confident enough to think that Dark Samus can work here. Managed to make it work last game, so hey, I can't blame him for design to go with Dark Samus once more. Looks like Bulby's taking more damage this time around at the beginning of the match. Not a single hit yet, but looks like RAMBOSS is finally taking some damage. Ooh, but Bulby easily making it back. Looks like both players are just going at it right now. Bulby was perhaps expecting a projectile, but not quite the one he was expecting. Ooh, nice little cheeky reflect there with a projectile there. Oh, not quite the missile, that was fast enough. Not the super missile. It's like RAMBOSS is just taking control this time around. Just, ooh, but having said that though, Bulby just uses a good old down smash to forward smash to take that stock quite easily. And RAMBOSS obviously trying to see if he can bait into a bad option there, but his patience didn't quite work out well there for him. And again, Bulby was trying his best to try and catch him up there to see if I can send him flying, but not quite at that percentage, even with a bit of rage in hand. RAMBOSS has to be very careful there. With any projectiles that could possibly get bucketed and reflected. Ooh, the dash attack just couldn't quite catch him there. I was trying to find some kind of attacker to send Bulby flying, but RAMBOSS isn't quite able to get in right now. Ooh, but I think a Nair does the deal on that one. RAMBOSS trying his best to get back onto stage. The sausages are keeping him out in a minute. Looks like Bulby's trying to get back down. Looks like RAMBOSS was trying to go for maybe some like down special there, but decided to crouch a few times on the spot instead. He's trying to delay grabbing the ledge here as best he can. And just seeing if he can try and get in safely. Trying not to get killed by anything that Bulby tries to throw his way. Oh, but almost eating up shield there with a charge energy shot. What a nice bit of clean damage there coming from RAMBOSS. Just not making it easy for Bulby to try and kill him right now. Seeing if Backer can do it, but unfortunately just whiffs. Oh, but a good old 4 tilt will send Dark Samus flying away. And who knew that Judge would actually cancel out projectiles like that? Can't say I've ever seen that before, but Bulby is obviously aware that could do so, using Nair to racking up the damage here so far. RAMBOSS trying to get back with a very low shield here from Bulby. He has to be very careful what he shields now. Could easily lose his stock here if he ain't careful. But it looks like shield's back to the way it was, so must worry not now. But RAMBOSS has to try and get a stock lead here or something. If he ain't careful, Bulby's going to be moving on to the next round. Both players just trying to feel each other out, seeing if they can get in, projectile or not. Bulby just taking damage, but still living. Both players are trying to wall each other out, trying to out-projectile each other here. Oh, but up throw just not able to kill just yet. Not on the main platform. Oh, but a dash attack takes that stock easily. Can RAMBOSS make a good comeback here right now? Oh, very nice dash attack there from RAMBOSS. Bulby just trying to see if he can get any setup here going to try and put RAMBOSS in a very disadvantaged position. Back air, not quite getting him there. Just once again to see if it can work, and RAMBOSS obviously catching on with the down smash. Ooh, a nasty energy shot there. Looks like RAMBOSS is trying to make things very difficult for Bulby, but Bulby is putting him back in a disadvantaged position. Ooh, but Bulby's just trying to get out of there, but it looks like RAMBOSS caught on. Ooh, and RAMBOSS has tried to see if he catch him with fair, but not quite. RAMBOSS being ever so careful how far he goes off stage, and making sure that back air does not hit him. So can RAMBOSS do it? This is a very neck and neck. Almost anything can kill the stage. Oh, and RAMBOSS taking it to game 5. A great comeback from RAMBOSS here. Bulby has to really pick up the pace now. Yeah, thinking about it when you're taking Game & Watch to a black background is probably very hard to see where he is. So, Bulby's assigning there. It's on the stage, perhaps. See See what he can counteract to RAMBOSS's Dark Samus. Thinking hard. Thinking hard. Thinking very hard on it. Just trying to consider his options there. So we are going to Unova for Game 5 for losers semis. Looks like RAMBOSS is still sticking to his guns with Dark Samus. Whoever takes this will be going into losers finals. Here we are with Game 5 now. So both players are trying to see who can get the first projectile hit in, and it looks like RAMBOSS is going at it already. Unfortunately, couldn't quite catch the up B there, but managed to land a few hits with up air. Oh, but Ned. There's a damage dealer here for Bulby. Into his back air. Ooh, but wasn't expecting to charge shot there. Oh, but up B into up air. Couldn't quite catch that though. But Nair, once again, just racking up the damage and up there as well, just keeping RAMBOSS up at the blast zone. And Fair almost sending him flying, but Bulby just making it back. And RAMBOSS is trying to find a way in. Fair F4 tilts, I say, rather to keep Bulby at bay. Dash attack to keep RAMBOSS at bay. Oh, he's being very careful to make sure that no full tilt hits him this time. Oh, looks like both players got a bit of a clash there. Oh, that's one bucket for Bulby. He has to make sure that, looks like RAMBOSS has to make sure it doesn't feed him anymore. Who knows what's good for him, but Bulby smacking him with a chair there, sending him flying down in that direction. But unfortunately, not the direction he was hoping for, perhaps, because it couldn't quite kill. But RAMBOSS just not having any of that right now. Just trying to see if Charge can hit, but not quite. Respecting it with a shield there. Always trying to see about which way he can get in. Fair dude there for that one. So RAMBOSS has to make sure he gets a reliable kill here. We know what's good for him. Otherwise, Bulby will keep just dancing circles around him. Trying to weave around to make sure it doesn't put him in a disadvantaged position. But it looks like Nair just catches him just to the very last hit there. Oh, and it's a full bucket there for Bulby. But even so, that does the trick there with 4 tilt. RAMBOSS. But he has to be very careful with that bucket. Even when game watches it down and out, he'll still have the bucket as long as he hasn't used it. But that also means that Bulby can't reflect any more projectiles until he uses his bucket. So he has to respect his projectiles a lot more with a shield break. With a nice down smash to forward smash to seal the deal. Oh, but a nasty bucket to catch the energy shot there. Very unfortunate for RAMBOSS. He has to make sure not to just feed that to Bulby. Otherwise, he might just eat another shield break or just lose a stock right here and now. Obviously, RAMBOSS is being very careful, very cautious with how he uses it. But nice up air to Fair to do a vector bit of damage. RAMBOSS to try and see if he can keep him off, but Bulby just maneuvering all around that. Doesn't manage it. So both players are just trying to keep each other at bay. Oh, well, also was not quite expecting that approach, but Downer almost catching RAMBOSS there, but not quite. Off stage, but dash attack's just keeping him off. Bulby See if I can work for him again, but not quite. Catching the spot dodge with a jab. Also trying to use theirs just to try and keep him at bay as well. Back air, can't quite reach there. Using down B to try and catch him with that, but F tilt takes the game. Bulby moves on to losers finals, ladies and gentlemen. Very good work around RAMBOSS there. Almost making a comeback, but Bulby triumphed over him.